wonderful, beautiful day here in the middle of January, leading up to PGA show that this young man that's sitting across from me is going to be going to. But the world of golf is all about what we're talking about, and that is Global Eco Traveling's Happy Hour Lifestyle Show. And where do we play golf? Eco Minded. It's a very, very new culture today because golf courses are tending to be eco-minded by the nature of them. And you can tell that Mr. Art Strickland, who comes from the state of Texas, is president of the Texas Golf Writers Association, a Pulitzer-nominated author, loved by everybody, media credentials around the world, covered about 147 Masters, 200 U.S. Opens, and he helped train the boys in Ireland how to make golf clubs in 300 years ago. So, Art, how you doing, big guy?
Hey, it's good to be with you, Randy. It's always good to kick off another golf year. I mean, last year was great, and Scotty Scheffler ruined the world, and a lot of Xander Schauffele figuring out how to win a major. So interested to see what's going to happen this year in the golf situation.
Well, yeah, and they had to take it into a tin can last night. They can't get enough outdoors, so let's go, hang some curtains and hit golf balls into a fancy screen. So that was pretty interesting.
What did
TGL.
you think of that, Randy? You've been around the golf business for a while. What did you think about that?
I think they got some growing pains to do yet. I think that as the players have more fun with it and the hammers get thrown and talking gets to be talking, I think it's something to do on a Tuesday night. At least it had my interest to set aside that time last night to go and watch it. It still boils down to I'm the one I'm thoroughly impressed with is the big guy. They just graduated from college a year ago that made the Ryder Cup team. And
Ludwig Ardbeg.
yeah, oh, Bear.
Yeah,
That kid is magnificent swing, great. I mean, he's almost like golf royalty already. And but I wrote down a question for you because you're the guru, because you predicted when Tiger was first in the hospital after his car accident that he'd make it back. You had inside information and you got that right. But I got a question for you when it pertains to the Masters. Who will finish higher in the Masters, Ludwig or Rory?
Wow. Great question there. I think that's a very good question. I think that Rory is always going to hang around. I don't see him out of the mix. But, winning and hanging around is two different things. And so I like Ludwig a lot, but I'd like to see him contend in some other majors before picking him in the Masters. I'd still have to go with Rory on top, Ludwig after that. But yeah, it's if you ask me who's going to win more majors, who's going to win more Masters in the next 10 years, it's definitely going to be Ludwig because he's going to figure it out and he's going to be a Masters regular. So
I believe he was second.
That, but for this year, I think Rory's still going to be in the mix.
I hope so. That would really be great. Here's another question for you. Just thoughts I ponder as I'm watching guys play last night. Who will finish higher? Who has a better chance of making the cut in this year's Masters? Bernhard Langer or Tiger Woods?
Well, you're getting the good questions to start with already. You're on the top of your game for 2025.
Uh-huh.
I'd have to say I think Tiger guts it up. I mean, nobody knows the course better than him, obviously. I think that also don't forget this, that Bernhard beat Tiger, faced him down, threw it back in his face at the father-son this year. And while you might think that was a fun, silly giggle, have fun event, I don't know if Tiger thought that way. I think Tiger thought he and Charlie were going to win. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Tiger have a little extra motivation when he plays Bernhard in the Masters this year.
Yeah, I think it's more than just him. I thought Tiger I thought that was actually one of the most entertaining golf afternoons that I had seen because they played perfect golf. It's
Yeah.
it's it's rare that you get people playing perfect golf and you end up just getting beat, you know. And when you see somebody tee up a driver in a sand trap, uh, not a thought that I've ever had. Not that's just I just thought that was quite unique. Liberal use of
Yeah.
the rules, but that's just scrambles.
And I think, you've heard this before, and I think it's true. I think great players take motivation wherever they can find it. And so for Tiger, he's thinking, man, I really wanted me and Charlie to win, and I really gave it my best shot. And Barnhart just came out better. But I'd say Tiger's motivated at the Masters. You know he's going to play. You know he's motivated to play, and so give me Tiger over Bernhard Langer this year. I feel good about that one.
Yeah, I do too. I just thought it was interesting some of the different dynamics because you have all of these different players that, you know, the other question is how many live players make our Ryder Cup team?
Yeah, that's a
You know,
really good question. You don't know who's going to be hot, and obviously, yeah, Kepka made it because he had won the PGA and he had to make it. But boy, good question. I think that yeah, Brooks, it seems always a big game hunter to me. I like Brooks. Would some of these other guys do it? I think Phil is kind of past his prime. I don't. I really thought Phil was the captain at Bethpage before all this happened. Fans love him there, and you know, but I don't see him making it as a player. I think that Phil is can't sustain it for a full. He might sustain it for one tournament. I'm not sure he can sustain it to the Ryder Cup. So, but yeah, Brooks for sure. And obviously, I think that Bryson, is right there. He's certainly reshaped his image and reshaped, his game really. And so, I like Bryson's chances a lot.
yeah, and it sort of leads me, speaking of Bryson, and my next topic, I wanted to pick your brain. The coverage of the tournament this last weekend was like playing whack-a-mole. Uh, you start off here, you go over there, and then it's 5 o'clock Sunday, and then you got to go back there. Three different, I thought I was watching Live for a minute. It just was like, what are we doing here? And there's just changes coming. I mean, they've made changes on PGA Sirius Radio with their alignment. Um, I think that there is a struggle to get the story of golf out. I think it's changed so dynamically with. I wanted to pick your brain on how few cards were given out this year in like all the different levels of trying to get your way to the PGA Tour. That is a tough go. And then when you get there, you have fewer opportunities to play. This weekend, the Sony Open is traditionally where Corn Ferry Tour card winners come, and it used to be where the year end new qualifiers got to go play. But there's guys over. Lucas Glover's over there fighting for FedEx Cup points because he's still trying to make sure he gets into the Masters and different things along those lines. It's a very different feel to the world of golf right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with this PGA University they've done with the different ways to get on tour, they're trying to skew younger. Obviously, they're trying to give credit to people who have won, amateur ranks and won college, and they're trying to get into college. I don't think that they want to see people skipping college and going straight to try to go pro. I mean, Ty Tryon tried that 20 years ago and didn't work out. So, Miles Russell, I talked to him. I think he's headed to college. Charlie Woods would be well suited to go to college, as good as he's done. You know, uh, John Daly's son's at Arkansas right now, certainly done well, semifinals, quarterfinals, the Porter Cup. He's going to be a pro star. So I think that's where the tour's headed this day.
Yeah, I think it's gonna, just my opinion. Um, the confusion over, I always I always tell everybody, I can't wait to go into Dick's Sporting Goods and say, hey, give me a $70 box of those balls that go shorter. I really want to play those. Just,
Right.
you know, I don't see that golf ball situation happening in the long run. The PGA of America, along with PGA, came out and said, nope, I'm not going to do that. Wasn't that just happened this last week, didn't it, Art?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, we've talked about this before, Randy. I think the only way you see it happen if you have bifurcation of the rules. I think that I've always thought that playing a Masters ball, playing a PGA Tour ball, playing a PGA America ball, if you make it tougher on those guys, then give them shorter golf balls, you know, reduce the spin ratio for pro players, but for amateurs, for guys like you and me, I mean, really, what difference it make? Let's soup up the balls as much ball so as we can for us.
Nah, no kidding.
So
Well, you asked me about stream song. Stream song is that's all walking, right?
it's walking in the wintertime. It's all walking, correct?
Yeah, yeah. Because when we're done with this podcast, I'm back still rehabbing my left knee. They keep telling me I'm not going to have surgery on it. It's not bone on bone. It's just weakness from a popped Achilles tendon. So I mean, I got to make sure I'm up and ready to go for that. But speaking of in the world of golf, what are the things you're looking forward to this year, Art? I know you got a lot in the calendar.
Yeah, as far as golf trips, it's really a great year for the art of golf travel. One of our most exciting years ever because we have such a variety of things. As you mentioned, we're going to Stream Song in a couple of weeks in Florida, down between Tampa and Orlando, and top 50, top 100 courses. And so we're doing that. We're gonna really do a great mix. We're going to the Final Four basketball, which is in San Antonio, but then we're playing golf every day. So if you like to mix your hoops and your golf, man, that's a perfect trip because we're in San Antonio, which is the party capital of Texas, down at the Riverwalk. We're going to be playing golf every day, and then we're going to basketball games. So going to be great. Final Four, first week of April. Then obviously we're headed to the Masters after that, and just sold out a few more trips and a few more spots. But really looking forward to going to the Masters, second week of April. The Cathedral of Golf, and really one of the highlights for anyone that considers himself a true golf fan. And then Scotland is May 5th. I'm sorry, May 8th through the 16th. May 8th through the 16th is Scotland. And then June 1st through 10th is Ireland. So really a good trip. We're going to Whistling Straits, your direction, Randy, in July, and we're gonna make that happen. And we're gonna play Whistling Straits. We're gonna play Erin Hills, another great golf course, hosted the U.S. Open there. And then we've got the Ryder Cup in September. So you know, chance for USA to prove that they can do it with Keegan. Tiger turned him down as captain. They went to Keegan, and it's going to be a boisterous crowd in New York, and so we're taking people with us, and we're
Yeah.
going to play there on Long Island, and then we're going to go to the Ryder Cup. So it's just going to be a great time, all great trip with theartofgolftravel.com, www.theartofgolftravel.com.
Well, I know you've done that. How many years you been doing that, Art?
Oh, this is our 6th year. I think we're moving into our 6th year now, Randy.
Yeah, that is just amazing. Well, congratulations on that. That is just fantastic, you know.
Well, we keep selling out trips and we keep having people want to come back for more. And so that's why we want to open it up to all the listeners, all the viewers that, if you've always wanted a golf trip, you've always wanted to go somewhere, do something, go to the Masters, go overseas, go to the Ryder Cup. Really, this is a golden opportunity for you. It's not going to get any better than this. And that's
No, it
why
isn't. No, not at all. I've talked to people that have gone on your trips and they've been ecstatic. And right now we've consolidated. We were on so many different platforms. We've really made it simple. We have our own Roku channel, which is called Excited Minds Media. So you can find this now on podcast and then also in, visual form. We have Global Eco Traveling on Facebook, Global Eco Traveling on YouTube. I mean, if you can't find us anywhere, go to excitedmindsmediatv.com. And that's our own channel. It goes out worldwide. So it has both podcasts and our all of our visual presentations. So we're putting up our some of our
That's
historical going. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's where today's talk will be. That's where today's talk will be.
Yeah.
ExcitedMindsMedia.tv.
Yeah. Excited Minds Media TV.com. It'll be up there and you'll be able to see it and listen to it anywhere in the world. All you have to do is go there. So it's very, very simple. We also expanded it into, because of YouTube growing, we also have our own Global Eco Traveling YouTube channel.
Oh, wow.
You can go there and get.
That'll be great on some of the trips. That'll be great on some of the trips that we do.
And I'll give you the keys to the kingdom to upload there. You'll have your own Art Strickland, the Art of Golf. Well, we call them channels within a channel. So everybody, if you want to upload and just contemporaneously keep everybody up to speed, you'd be right there on our Global Eco Traveling channel. So we're taking some time to really organize everything that we're doing along the line. Of course, our eco certification. One of the things we found out after 12 years of being in the business, and of course it applies a lot, 40% of the vendors going to the PGA show have sustainable features on their website, but you got to go to their website to read about them, and if you can find them. So we want to be the vendor down there that helps people tell their story visually on our platforms. So
yeah, we can do that at the PGA show.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So we've had this show is in tribute to our long lost partner Rob Ladd that we lost. That we're going to be having a memorial service. Yeah, Rob was heart and soul of a lot of things we did behind the scenes, and we want to tip our hat to him. And also we want to, today of all days, with all the fires, our good friends out in LA. Just a horrifying set of circumstances going on.
Riviera Country Club. I don't know if you saw that, but fire right at the edge of Riviera Country Club. Really scary stuff.
I heard that it could be in danger. So
yeah,
we pray for that. But
before
I know you're. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before we run out of time, I want to hear a couple of your predictions for 2025, because you've certainly been around the golf business a long time, as long as me. Give me a couple of predictions you expect to see from the golf world in 2025.
Let's start with Scotty Scheffler.
Okay.
I've always felt that when you get a wound in your hand, that is sort of particular. So I hate to say it. I'd love to see Scotty win as much as he did last year. I think having a baby and having that, I wish him the best, but I think he's under 5 as far as victories.
Okay.
But I also think he's got a great opportunity to win the U.S. Open. I think that's going to be sort of the thing to take a look at if he's going to do something along those lines.
Yeah, great U.S. Open at Oakmont.
Yeah, and I think it's Rory's year in the Masters. I really do.
Okay, all right.
I'm right there with
prediction.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I think it's going to be a big year for Ludwig. It's hard not to pick against that. That guy to me is just golf royalty. He a year and a half ago he was in college, and look what he's done.
Guns up, Texas Tech.
Now the question I have on the outlier that is a Texas boy is that young Jordan. What's his name? Spieth.
Jordan Spieth.
God, we'd love to see him make a top 10. Always in the mix, because there's nobody better than following Jordan. And
yeah, I see that. Okay, here's a good question for you, and I've wondered this myself. So, if you put the over under on Scotty at 5, and you took the under this year at 5, if he wins less than 5 events this year, Is that a disappointing year?
For Scotty, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
I,
good.
I think I think he is, and somebody said in the radio this last week, he's sort of fitting in that wave of that 6 year wave like Arnold Palmer did, from 58 to whatever it was, 60,
64.
whatever.
Yeah, 64. Yeah.
Is that I really believe that he's one of those guys that'll end up, being in that 45, 50 career wins, but right now, I'm worried about that hand injury. I mean, that the
Well,
hand
and it's
injury,
such a freak deal. Yeah, such a
yeah.
freak deal.
I just, I would, there is nobody better than Scotty Scheffler to be carrying the torch for the world of golf. I mean,
I told his dad that just the other day. Did a big story on Dallas golf, and that's exactly what I told his dad.
the world of golf is filled with so many great guys in Dallas. I mean, you got he and Jordan down there. Jordan lives in Dallas too, right?
Right, right, right.
And Texas is full of, all these great golfers, but a lot of them are having kids, which is fun to see. Yeah, Justin Thomas had a new baby, and you got, all the young kids are, now having kids. And it's sort
Yeah.
of, you got Rory, he's 35 though. He's pushing into that middle 30 range where, I think, wasn't it Phil didn't win his first major till he was 34, did he?
I believe the Masters is his first one.
Yeah. So, you have
Yeah,
that, just so
it
many young kids.
it's so interesting to me what's going to happen with with Scotty because among the many things that made Tiger great, and there were a lot, but Tiger would have a great year on the tour. He would have a great event, great uh major, great whatever, and he would follow it up with something equally as great. And so the fact that Scotty had an all-time great year last year for him, certainly unbelievable what he did at the Masters, Players, Olympic gold medal. But can he follow that up? I mean, Tiger did. One of the things that made Tiger one of the all-time greats.
I
Can
know.
Scotty back that up, or would a three? I've had people say, "Well, three, three tournament win season wouldn't be that big of a disappointment for Scotty, depending on the three that he wins, and that might be true. But go from 9 to 3 is a pretty much of a come down. So if he's the killer we think he is, and I think that's going to be played out in front of us, then he'll win 5 or 6, and
Yeah.
he'll be in the mix for a bunch. You know, you don't know what happened, at the PGA. Obviously, he was red hot PGA and then runs into the police situation. And really, one of the most bizarre stories of 2024 was Scotty being arrested at the PGA. So, and then at the US Open, totally confounded by Pinehurst and the greens there. And then British Open, didn't really get it done, then comes back, wins a gold medal at the Olympics. So
Yeah.
really exciting to see what's going to happen. It's going to be a great year. It'll be a great travel year with the art of golf travel. So just looking forward to all what's going to happen. And it really kicks off, as you said, Randy, at the PGA show. About 2 weeks from now, we'll be at the PGA show.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that, see
Yeah.
what's going to happen. And so really going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. My 40th year at the PGA show. So
Wow.
we're fighting our to get down there and get down there maybe a day or two early. But that, yeah, 40 years, couldn't believe that. Our friend at Sherry informed me of that. So it's been a while. I've enjoyed it every year. I'm looking forward to it this year, um, more than ever, just because I've been looking at a lot of the exhibitors, the new ones that are coming to the show.
Yeah.
A lot of the electronic technology, this Unicore, new digital indoor company that has
Well,
some.
yeah, that has the game simulators.
Yeah, I mean they're a little different, but there's a lot of there's just a lot of new. I think there's 196 new vendors coming to the show this
Wow.
year.
Wow. That's
So it's
great.
going to make it very different. They've got a band that's going to be playing on one of those nights, and of course, your Irish get together probably will be one of those nights,
Oh,
and
always. Yeah, we can
you
always
know
do that.
have a lot of fun, and hopefully we get a dinner down at down at our Chinese our food place where we always go eat. So it's
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully, it's going to warm up the temperatures from what we've got right now.
well, we have no snow in Northern Illinois. We've avoided the blizzard. We actually had people playing golf in southern. The lakes aren't even frozen over yet.
Wow.
And
Wow.
they were playing golf 2 weeks ago in southern Wisconsin at Lake Lawn Lodge. Um,
Love it.
of course, there was, I keep reminding them to put in their marketing here, the same gentleman that designed East Lake. I did some history this year, and where I live, I realized my own home course, Kishwaukee Country Club, had the same designer. And this guy was like the Johnny Appleseed of designing golf courses. He did about 8 of them here in Northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin, and nobody
Wow.
knew. I mean, this guy had courses everywhere. But Lake Lawn Lodge, Wisconsin's full of terrific golf courses. And I
Right.
played Lake Lawn Lodge just because I always thought, man, it's sort of like Medina. I go and look at the history on it. Guess who designed it? Same guy that designed Medina. So
Same guy. Yeah. Same
yeah,
guy.
so it's
Well,
it's fun to go and look at the history of golf. I feel privileged that I've been in the era of both Jack Nicklaus and
mhm.
Tiger Woods,
Well, yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Both. Yeah. We both got to see them both really at their high levels. So looking forward to that. But yeah, well, Randy, I'll see you in Orlando if I don't see you before. I appreciate you having me on today.
well, we'll be hopefully doing this every week because the world of golf is changing. I can feel it. I sit down every day and I look at it and study it, and it. But the world of golf is changing, and there's a lot of opportunity there for young pros getting their PGA card to go and not only play but to become a club pro and help young kids get into the world of golf and teach them. So, Art, you do that. You're a great storyteller, a researcher, and you love people and taking them around trips. So, Art Strickland, we really appreciate you. Look forward to you next week, and keep her going straight down the fairway, my friend.
Well, I'll do that. And like I said, anybody wants to follow up on our visit today, obviously, SightedMindMediasTV.com will have our talk. And then you go over to artofgolftravel.com and read about all our trips coming up. We'd love to have you.
That'd be great. Thank you, Art. You
All
have a good
right. See you later,
bye.
my friend.
All righty. Talk to you soon. Well, that's Art Strickland out of Texas. He's just a great guy, and he's been in the world of golf forever. And we all want you to know that Global Eco Traveling is setting the stage for our Global Eco Traveling Eco Certification, which also involves getting the stories out on media. So if you're a business that is sustainable practices in place, feel that you're eco-minded and it's hard to tell that story, we're providing the platform and the opportunity for businesses to tell that story. I've looked at so many different websites where if you look out in the fine print, they have an area that says they believe in sustainability or they have sustainable practices, but sometimes it's hard to find them where it is even on their own website. So what we want to do is to continue telling the story of those companies that are wanting to leave a better footprint as we do here at Global Eco Traveling. So this is old Uncle Randy saying so long for this week on Global Eco Traveling's Where We Want to Play Golf Eco Style. You have a good one. Be safe. We'll see you next week.